Are you sick and tired of riding this self-help and shadow work healing roller coaster? Do you have this obsession to fix yourself, to find every little belief, every part of you, every trauma that you have, to be able to fix them, release them, fix yourself so that you can fix your life and live happily ever after? This is one of the greatest obsessions that I see on the healing community out there. Today, so many people are obsessed with fixing themselves, fixing their life, healing all the traumas, all the thoughts, all the part of them, all those beliefs that are holding them back, that are making them miserable, that are created that life that they don't like, that they don't want. And it's making them miserable. And if your life right now doesn't reflect the amount of inner work you've done, there's something wrong, and you need to stop the fight. You need to surrender the fight, because it's making you miserable, because it's working against you, and because you've misunderstood something deeply important about shadow work, about healing, and about becoming the best you can be and truly living the life that you want. And I know, because I've been in this trap myself. A couple of years ago, I was obsessed with fixing myself. I was obsessed with healing. I was obsessed with shadow work, obsessed with finding all the beliefs that are affected my finance and the success that I didn't have, and all the confidence that I was lacking, and all those conditions that I was trying to change and fix in my life, because I didn't like them, because I didn't like myself, because I didn't like my life. And so that obsession made me read all the books and do the meditation and do the gratitude and do all that healing and hypnotherapy and shadow work and you name it, all those things. I've done them. I read about them. I went to courses and seminars and YouTube, and it was that never-ending obsession. And each video was kind of pointing out another thing and another thing to heal, and another things to break, and another things to change. And it just fuels that wrong focus, that wrong belief, that wrong perception that you're broken, that you need to be fixed, that something needs to change. And as long as you're not fixed, your life will not be fixed. And so you have to give up living an epic life right now until you have completely fixed your life and fixed yourself. And only then will you be able to thrive, be successful, and live an amazing life. And of course, I was getting more miserable. I was getting more frustrated. Things were not getting better. At worst, they were getting worse. I was getting more financial struggle. I was getting more confused, more lost. I was finding more things to fix, more things to heal. And it was just that never-ending wheel, figuring out where the fuck am I going, until I realized that the greatest shadow is the belief that you're broken, that you need to fix yourself. And right now, so many people are doing shadow work because they have an intention to fix themselves. They have that strong resistance, that strong fear, that strong, sometimes even hatred toward themselves and their life conditions, and they don't see it. And because they're not accepting who they are right now and where they are right now, they're coming from a place of fear and resistance, and they're perpetuating their life condition. And so all the amount of healing in the world will not fix it, because you're still acting from a place of resistance. And what you resist persists. And right now, if you're doing all that inner work, all that healing, and your life is not what you want it to be, and it's not improving dramatically, and you're not getting the result, you have to ask yourself, what is your true intention? Why are you doing all that inner work? What's the real reason? And if it comes from a place of resistance and fear, because you don't like your life right now, because you don't like yourself right now, because otherwise you're fucked if you don't heal yourself, because otherwise your finance is gonna go fucking nuts and whatever. If you come from that place, you're in resistance, you're from fear, and it will continue to perpetuate itself as long as you don't stop resisting and start accepting who you are, where you are, and what's happening in your life. And I know that fucking sucks to hear that, because if you don't like your situation, the last thing you want is somebody to come and tell you you gotta start accepting it. Because the mind is weird. The mind feels like if I accept it, it means I'm gonna settle for it and I'm gonna be there forever. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have to release the resistance, that dislike, that fighting urge to fix it, to change it, to see it as broken, and start to accept that you are where you are, It's neither good nor bad, it is where you are. And there are an infinite amount of possibility for you to go in any direction from here. But if you do not accept where you are, you're going to take that resistance that created your situation in the first place, and you're going to drag it every fucking where with you, and it's going to perpetuate. And everywhere you go, you're going to need to fix, change, heal yourself, and you'll never arrive wherever you want to arrive. Because the resistance has always been with you, because you keep on seeing yourself as being broken, inadequate, not good enough, or with something traumatic that needs to be healed or changed or whatever. But the moment you stop and you surrender the battle that is happening within yourself, you feel into that deep resistance, all those emotions, and you just accept them. And you're not trying to release them, you're not trying to shadow heal them, you're not trying to pray or do some magic or some divine intervention, you just accept them, that they're there, that your uniqueness, your humanness includes all those emotions from joy to hate and everything in between. And that you can live an epic, amazing, fulfilling, thriving life now while still being broken, incomplete, trying to figure out your shit and trying to do your best. You can be happy now, channeling joy and abundance and gratitude, even though you haven't healed everything in the world. And you don't need to heal everything in the world to live an amazing, rich, fulfilling life. You can just trust the journey that as you go, as you evolve, as you tap into more joy, more acceptance, you're going to get propulsed into the next level. Because the moment you start allowing and stop resisting, all that resistance has to fade away. And now you can start to truly heal. And you realize that there was nothing much to heal but the resistance. Because all of a sudden abundance and love and joy and all those things that you want were always there. It's not something you need to gain, earn, or thrive, or accumulate. It's something that is within you. That you just put so much blocks and resistance around it that you could never tap into it. But as you stop, release, surrender that resistance, everything becomes easier. And you can have that amazing life right now and continue your journey of becoming the greatest version of yourself, of embodying more love, more joy, more gratitude, and growing, developing, evolving as you go. And life will give you plenty of opportunity for that. But if you truly want to break that cycle, you need to abandon the need, the urgency, the obsession to fix yourself. Because what you resist will persist. And the greatest paradox is that life is perfect. You are perfect right now. And you still may want to change it. But do not go into healing from a place of I'm broken. Because what you observe, you create. And if you observe your brokenness, you will remain broken. And if you observe your wholeness, your perfection, your holiness, so it will be as well. Be well.